Thinking about selling your house, but you and your partner cannot agree on anything about how to get a house ready. One of you wants to do a whole house renovation, whereas the other one thinks a minor touch-up will do the trick. Sounds familiar? Well, you're absolutely not alone. Recently, I helped a couple in their 70s who were selling their long-time family home. The wife absolutely wanted to do the right thing. Do the painting, the whole house painting, the repairs, the updates, so the house will show at its best. The husband on the other side didn't see the point. He thought, why the buyers can do the painting and the repairs after they move in? Why should we be spending the money, effort, and the time now? And he even suggested that maybe he can do, if necessary, he can do some of the minor repairs himself to save money, which worried the wife because she doesn't want him to get injured from doing the work. And their agent, which is me, also recommended that they should have the whole house painted and do certain repairs in order to get a result. However, the husband dug in his heels. So they were stuck because they were holding two different visions on how to prepare the home. Sounds familiar, right? Let's get to the root of the argument. Here's what I've seen over and over again with couples. Usually one spouse focuses on maximizing the sale price, whereas the other spouse focuses on minimizing stress, cost, and effort. The truth is, both of them are right. So before you list your home, one conversation almost every couple needs to have, and it can get heated fast. That is to ask the following questions. Do we need the money or do we want the money? And followed by another question, that is, how much stress are you willing to take on to get there? If you need every dollar, chances are you're going to take on more projects, more stress, and spend more money ahead of time. But if you don't, then you can simplify the process and focus on what matters the most to you, which is your health, time, and peace of mind. This is where my stress level guide comes into play. This is a simple framework that I use to guide my clients in deciding how much effort they are willing to put in and how much stress they can take on along the process. So let's take a look at the 4 levels of stresses. Level 1, no stress. This is a gentle move. You don't need the money. You don't need the stress either. And you price your property under the market value, skip the big projects, and move on quickly. This is a perfect option if health, age, or life situation make a quick, easy sell more important than squeezing every last dollar out. The next level is a low stress, and that is the elegant middle ground. So you can spend a little bit money and do a little bit of work, and you are okay not to get every penny of value. This is where many sellers land. And you will do touch-up paint or minor repairs, but you're not going to go all out on renovations. And 3, high stress level. This is a sizzle zone. And so you need or want top dollar, and you go in full prep mode. That is doing the whole house painting, all the repairs, deep cleaning, staging, and do all the work. You will get a higher sale price, and obviously you're going to pick up more projects, more stress, and have more out-of-pocket expenses. And finally, the maximum stress. This is a high pressure zone. And this is where disaster happens. Usually a spouse wants to have absolutely the top dollar, but refuses to do any work or spend any money. So because of this, tension builds and the house lingers on the market. No one is happy. In the end, the house gets sold for less anyways. So my advice, avoid this zone at all costs. In my story above, the wife was right about doing the painting and repairs. So once the husband understood that by skipping this work meant to receive a much lower price, and he was okay with doing the work. So problem resolved, and no endless arguments, and the partners knew what to expect. So when it comes to getting the house ready for the market, there's no right or wrong answer to the above questions. You only need to do what is right for you and your family. But by having this conversation early on, like before you put a house on the market, can save you a lot of headaches down the road. Selling your house is a big step, and yes, it can be very stressful. But by proper planning and maybe a little bit of compromise, you and your partner can go through it and come out stronger on the other side. So want to know the biggest mistakes to avoid before you list? Click on the screen to watch this video. And let's make your home sale process a whole lot smoother. Thank you for watching and see you next time.